Hello, this is Zahar Hilkevich, and today we're going to solve a new puzzle. It is the same puzzle as we reviewed before. We will need to find top paid employees by department, and we need to produce the output that you can see on the screen right now. We need to return department number, employee name, job, and salary column. And the limitation today will be avoiding subqueries, common table expressions, and inline views. So no selects inside of select statement. All right, so the first solution that we will provide will be based on a self-join query. So we will need 2 copies of the employee table. Let's start with from close. We will alias those copies differently, A and B, and joining condition will be matched by department number, and salary from the first copy should be smaller or equal than salary from the second copy. Essentially, from every employee in copy A, and we will be selecting, as we said, department number, your name, job, and salary. So table A will be a driving table, and table B will be helper table. So we will try to count how many employees from table B have salary greater or equal than salary from table A. And since we're going to count them, let's start with having condition. And again, if you remember, having and group by clauses can be altered. You can put having clause first. So we want to make sure that number of distinct salaries from table B would be 1, which means only one record from copy B, from table B, would have essentially the same salary as salary from table A, which is a top salary. And group by, we'll have to copy everything from select clause. Order by, first 2 columns. So let's see how this strategy works. Okay, we got it. For the second strategy, we will change our self-join to left join, and we will change the second joining condition. Now we'll be looking only for salaries greater than salary in copy A. Group by remains the same, order by remains the same, and having will be different. So we'll make sure that there are no employees from table B that satisfy these 2 conditions. That's why we put left join. We don't want to filter out everything from table A. So we'll consider all employees from table A as potential top paid employees. And if we find no employees from copy B, meaning that count from B, count from table B would be 0, it means that those are exactly the one that we need from table A. And we will have to put a specific column which is not nullable from the employee table. We could have used the name, but employee number is probably a better alternative since it's a primary key. So let's check it out. And again, we got the same result. So far so good. The next two strategies will be based on analytic functions. The first one is fairly simple, and it was suggested by one of the members of my Facebook group. So we'll need to select all employees from an empty table. That will be the first query. And the second query will be similar, but instead of salary, we will be looking for maximum salary by department. So we'll need to partition by department number. That function will always return the same value for the same department. So we can review the result first before combining these two queries. Okay, so in department 10, we'll be looking for essentially the employee whose salary matches maximum salary. And to do that, we will need to use intersect operator, set operator. So if we combine these two queries, it will give us exactly what we want. So far so good. We already presented 3 different strategies to return top paid employees without using any subqueries, any common table expressions, and inline views. And finally, another great strategy, which will be substantially more efficient than those we presented so far. It will be based on a model clause. And if you paid attention, so far every strategy that we presented used 2 copies of the employee table, even this one. So if table is huge, we'll need to scan it at least twice. That's why it makes those solutions not very efficient. Okay, so let's see how that's going to work. We'll be selecting same columns, and we'll be using model clause. This is Oracle's unique extension. And the trick here is in the following line. We will need to return updated rows only. In a few moments you will understand why we're doing it. We will need to partition the set by department number. In dimension list, we will put employee number as a primary key. So that dimension alone will make it unique for the entire table. And the second dimension will be the rank. So the rank number 1 would mean essentially that this is a top paid employee in the department. And let's say we will alias it as RK. Now we need to choose measures. Measures essentially are the columns that will be returned, except for the columns in dimensions. So we'll simply copy those 3 columns. Finally, we will need to provide one more measure. We will call it dummy, and we will default it to 0. The name is not important. We could have called it any way you want. In a moment you will see why we use it. So finally, rules clause. So in this rule clause we will set the dummy column, and if you remember, we have 2 dimensions. One is employee number and another one is RK. So we need to process all the departments, so we'll put any here, and we only need rank 1, and we'll be changing it to something. Doesn't matter what. We can set it to 1 as a flag. So now let's get back to return updated rows clause. This will ensure that only employees that's changed by the rules would be returned. And which employees, which records are we changing? We're changing those with rank number 1, rank equal to number 1. So that's essentially the same as if we filtered all the rows by this rank equal to 1. Unfortunately, in Oracle, we can't do it without using common table expression, so we can't use that technique. If we worked with, let's say, Teradata or Snowflake, we could have used qualify clause, but Oracle doesn't support it as of current version, so we have to use other tricks. And finally, order by. Let's see how it goes. Great. So we presented 4 different strategies for returning top paid employees without using any subqueries. If you like this video, please click like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Thank you, and we'll meet again.